Okay, here's a movie on making this particular ring right here, and you can see that we've got a capture from the System 6 showing end view, front view, and top view, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of build this thing from scratch. And I've got a ring rail out here, size 7, and let's see what size, 6.75 edge length Turian gem here. So I'm going to go ahead and sketch this thing out, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this top piece here and then base everything off that as it comes down and around the finger rail. So we'll start out with project on and arc direction. Start right here, come over here, make this kind of match that, and obviously we need to set the gem, so I'm going to try to cut across the stone there a little bit. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then turn on the edit point and move it over a little bit so that it hugs the gem but then comes over and hits this corner, I guess. Having never set a stone myself, I sometimes guess. Okay, then I'm going to move that up. Well, let's not move it up yet. Let's do the other side too. Let's go ahead and do this side over here. And so I'll draw another arc direction kind of from over here and come over and we'll put a gem out here. I don't know how big that stone is, but okay, then we'll go offset here, and we'll go T for through point and set that stone. Kind of like so. And let's see how big we did that. Yeah, 1.12, that's pretty good for the top of that. And so there's where that stone will be set. And we'll go ahead and go here and go trim here and here. We'll select all this and move it up. Okay, with that done, now we're going to start kind of sketching this ring out. I'm going to work from the side and from the top. So the first thing I always do is also I offset the ring. Let's go 1.8. So this gives me my smallest thickness that I want from the side view. And of course we have a stirrup shank here. So we will go ahead and draw a 45, I guess, off. So I'll go grid snap here to here. There's 45. And I'm going to go arc direction. I'm going to snap here first, and then I'm going to come over here and snap near this thing. And let's just pick there. And then when we ortho, starting here and orthoing out this way makes this tangent right here. Then we'll come back and do arc direction again and snap quad here and there, and then ortho down this way. So you can very quickly, and you know, wherever I go on this, you know, if I go out, if I want this to be more pronounced, then I can click there. And let's go ahead and go here and here. So there's that, and then we'll take these and mirror F4, trim. I'll get rid of this. So there's that from that side. Okay. So now let's go ahead and this is kind of rounded here, which is fine. So I'll use blend and close this end up from there to there. And also on those ends, I guess. Blend there. Blend there. Select that and hit join. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and make an arc out here that kind of represents how wide the ring is, about halfway down. That's a total guess right there. Then we'll take that and move it from the mid to the end there. And that looks a bit wide. Because what I'm looking at is right here. Yeah, that's good. I want the ring to have a taper. And there's the taper. Give or take. So, looks like we're going to 1D scale this over a little bit. It's not imperative that that is. There we go. Now if you'll notice on this thing curves up and then it curves up and then starts to go straight again, and we can do that with blend. As a matter of fact, if this, let's take a look at the side view here. This thing kind of comes out and then goes down. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll take this one and split it with, well, let's go trim. Let's go here and we'll go trim. Delete that. And we'll go blend from here to here. So I made a little tick mark up here, and that's where the blend is going to go. And so that makes that shape like that. Don't know if I'll end up using that or not, but now if I take this one and, well, let's join this up. Join U and U, curve from two views, and that's really going to be the bottom of this. Let's see here. Let's go. Yeah, those intersect. So let's take where those two intersect. Turn off OSnap. Intersect. Let's turn off near and end. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is take this one and go 1D scale from, let's turn on project, F4 out here to there. So that gets that going out there. And now I'm going to draw a plane right through the middle and say you get split by you. Because I don't need the top, just the bottom. I'm going to work from there on up. And let's go ahead and mirror that to the other side. And we'll go ahead and move this. Let's go ahead and move it from here to here. There we go. I might rotate that. I like that angle better. There. Okay. Move this from here to here. There we go. That'll work. Okay. Then we can take and draw from, let's turn off project. Let's see. That midpoint, about like this angle, and I'm looking at this angle here and matching that. And we need that to go straight up, so let's draw a new one that has planar on. So we'll start here and go up that way. There we go. Get rid of that one. And then we blend from here to here. Turn on the edit point and make this go away from there just a little. I'm looking at this difference here. That'll work. So there's where that's going to head up that way. Put that on different color. Throw this in a job bag. Okay. This looks like it does about the same thing on the other side. Kind of just heads on up there, so we'll go here, here, kind of match that angle again. Blend from here to here. Okay, this one is going to get split by here and here. Alright, so this is a profile. This is a profile. Surface sweep 2. Go from here. Well, let's put one down at the bottom too. Might as well get that in there. Alright, there we go. Sweep 2, 1, 2. Oops. Join. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we have a nice taper that comes down. Maybe it should be thinner, I don't know. Oh, did I draw that crooked? How'd that happen? Oh well. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and join this back up. Curve, let's do a tighter shade here. There we go. So we'll join this back up, join, and might as well make a surface out of it. So it's just a planar surface, like so. It's hard to tell where this, we'll see what we're going to do with this surface here. Okay, now on this side, we can do the same thing, but this is going to be a little tricky because if you make this shape and then try to sweep it down, you'll get a hard edge here that goes down into the ring, which we really don't want. So what I am going to do is make a curve with project on. So we'll match that. And we'll make another one that comes over. That'll work. So we'll match that. Join. And we'll move that up. And I want to be close to where this is. That'll work. Okay. Seems like I should have went further out. I guess that's almost halfway across the stone, and so we will extend those. So we'll click on extend, press enter, type is arc, click here, turn planar on. So we'll go there, and we'll click there. There, that'll work. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do to make that surface is I'm going to draw a line straight across there. So I'm just going to go yellow polyline, and I'm going to snap from there to there. So that's really going to be where my surface goes to. And then I'm going to draw a tick mark with planar on from here on out this way. And if you're getting a bunch of snaps and you don't want them, you can hold down the Alt key and it'll temporarily get rid of snaps. There we go. Okay. And that tick mark represents where I want this surface to go, so I'm going to blend from that tick mark on down here. So let's see how that did for us. Yeah, it's a bit much. So let's take and rotate this curve, rotate it out this way, and blend again from there to there. That's better. So that looks like that. theory. And this one is, let's try the same one. So I'll take this one and duplicate it from here to here. And we'll blend from here to here. Yep. That's about it. Okay. We'll join these up. This one was red. This one was blue. Not that it matters. And then, so this has kind of the same look on each side. I guess I'll steal this. Well, we'll see here. I will just draw it. So we'll go end to end. There we go. Did I match that? Yeah. Sweep 2. All right. And that's simply going to get cut. So if I take this curve and extrude it, you get split by you. There we go. Now we'll take, actually, there's that. And what I think I'll do is actually use this. So there's that. I'm going to throw this piece away still. So there's that. And this one's going to get split by this one. So now I have that vertical surface in there that's going to set this thing. And I'll make a plane like so. Up we go. I don't know if this is going to work. This is just an idea. Split with this. Throw that away. Throw that away. So there's that inset that the stone is going to set into. Let's take a look at that, like so. So we'll make a cup for that. Okay, so here we have the ring thus far, kind of built the outside edge of this thing, and now we need to do the inside. And I have a new kind of theory I've been working on. So we'll pick this curve here, and I'm going to turn on grid snap on, and then go to surface and extrude to a point. And a lot of times we can just try F4, but I know from playing with this one that I'm going to move out like 3 millimeters, and basically I've extruded that out here to a point like so. Then I'm going to pick the finger rail and extrude it out straight, and there's that. So this is going to get split by this. Get rid of that, and there's the front face of that ring, in this case anyway. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch to red, I guess, and I'm going to do blend from this edge to this edge, and from this edge to this edge, like that. And then we're going to sweep 2. 1, 2. And we're going to close this up. So there the ring. Does that look right? So yeah, this pretty much follows that. Where's the gem at these days? Yeah, it's missed it a little bit there. I think this should have come down a little and gone in, but I'm close. That's my least favorite part of the ring right there. But we're going to cut into it, so maybe it'll be alright. Okay, now we need to do that on the back side. I have no idea if that'll work. No, it won't. There's no way. But we'll give it a shot. So that, and then extrude to a point. Grid snap is still on. Then we'll come out 1, 2, 3, like so. Finger rail. Extrude that out. You get split by this one. There we go. And oh, this will be fun. Let's make a line that goes from there to there. And we'll take this curve and split it with this poly surface and with this curve. So we have a profile that looks like that now. And just for fun, we'll go sweep to this one and this one and this profile and a point, which is right there. It's kind of interesting. No Boolean required. And I guess, boy, what happens on the back of this? What is going on back there? It kind of just stops and then keeps going, apparently. So this just kind of comes around there, and then it keeps on going, and then cuts back out. We could just try blending. Blend this edge, enter to this edge. No. Blend this edge, enter to that edge. There we go, like that. No. Try it one more time. Enter. Eh. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and turn project on, and we'll start right on that edge. Oh, oops. Green. Where is that? Right there. Straight up. And then over here, where's this one? Right there. So that's this corner right there. Turn off that. And then we're going to blend from here to here. Oh no. Undo. Let's redo that. There to there. There we go. And hopefully this will make sense here in a minute. So then we pull this down the amount that we want, which that looks fine to me. And we take that curve, this curve, and this curve and join them. And then we project it onto this surface right there. Like that. And then this surface gets split with this curve. And we make that. Where'd that go to? Right there? We'll have to see about that. That might have been a mistake. It should maybe go to here. As a matter of fact, it should. Let's hit undo. And explode. This one is wrong. Right there's a quad. Right there. Right there. Link. Okay. This curve. Join. Project. Onto here. No. Onto here. And we need to do the same thing here. Where's that one at? Right there. And straight up. And right there. Don't see that one. There it is. Right there. And blend. About the same on that side. Join. Project onto that surface. You get split by U. No. Split by U. And now we simply need to fill in the inside of this thing. This is not going to work. That's history. That would have been nice if that matched right there. It shouldn't matter. Okay. If this works, I'll be impressed. Let's see. This curve gets split by this one and this one. No objects were split. Oh boy. That's horrible. Okay, replay. That would be true. We will have to fix that. Well, we'll fix that in a minute. Split with a point right there. And that one's already split. Okay. Enter. That is a profile. And this comes around here and stops. Let's go ahead and dupe this edge right here. It gets split with a point right there. That curve is gone. This curve and this curve join orange. And we'll see if this works. Sweep 2, curve, curve. This one goes around to that one. No, that's no good right there. That curve has to get split with a point right there. There we go. Sweep 2, curve, curve, this one and that one. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of this ring. We'll take this curve and extrude it out. Surface extrude out like so. Let's take the right-click green and hit join. And then this is going to get split by this. What's missing? you get split by this. Okay, let's do this then. Let's go over to purple and let's do an intersect. There we go. Oh. Alright, so let's start. So the intersect right there, what that did for me is, here's why I wouldn't split. It didn't touch right there. But what we can do is we can go blend from here to here. Then right click purple and hit join. And then we can say you get split by you and you. What the heck is going on with split today? Oh, mystery. Okay, so that is certainly interesting. And this one is not going to come over this way. Alright, never mind that. Okay. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll click this and hit dupe border. So there's the border of that. Okay, and we'll put that on purple, yep, and then right click here, unselect you two, and hit delete. So we had kind of a weird border there. And let's get rid of all this stuff. And then here, extrude, kind of making this up now. So that apparently doesn't quite work out. Well, you know what we could do? Let's just forget that. And pull this on. There we go. Alright. And just every so once in a while here, I'm going to put in one of these. Now you could try loft here, but I have found over time that it doesn't work. Okay, so we go sweep to. So we just get enough of these in here to keep it honest. Close sweep, preview. Yep, there we go. There's the inside of my ring, right or wrong. That's it. Join. Alrighty. And there's the... Oh, this obviously needs to be set. Ring. Down there. There we go. Our lone diamond sitting out there. And what I was thinking would be cool here is to make a cutter. Oh, layers off, I betcha. No? Where's my cutter at? You go in there, click that one. Okay, so there's the cutter right there. Oops, you can't see that right there. And let's go ahead and hit this thing and explode it. Kaboom. I don't need that piece or that piece or that. Let's turn this off. And see how that relates to that. Not very well. Okay, that didn't work. That was worth a shot. Let's go undo, 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 undo. Nothing to undo except for that. There we go. All right, we'll just wing it. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and put a point. Let's just go interp curve on surface. Surface from the mid on up this way to there. And we'll do the same thing. Turn off. Intersect. And solid extract surface right there. You get split by you and you. Draw a line from here to here. Sweep 2. 1, 2. There. And from there to there and there. There we go. That's just going to close that in. We just need some metal to set that stone in anyway. So I'm not going to worry about that a whole lot. Join. Gem. There we go. All right, so there's how to build that ring.